one book, two truths. Who's telling the truth? Tonight, a sharp political and legal confrontation over a book that one side says is already available and the other insists has never been published. At the center of this row is 4 Stars of Destiny, the memoir of the former Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Naravane. A direct clash between leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi, the publisher Penguin Random House India and now the Delhi police. The controversy triggered when the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, brought a copy to Parliament to gift, quote-unquote, it to the Prime Minister. This sparked a row on how could the book have been released without being officially published. The Treasury bench, starting Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, among others, questioned Rahul Gandhi, quoting from a book that hasn't been published, followed by even Amit Shah, especially since the book is yet to be approved by the Defence Ministry.
जिस पेंगुइन का हवाला देकर ये कह रहे थे कि इसका पब्लिशर जो है नरवाने की किताब का तो पेंगुइन था ना। पेंगुइन ने कल रात जो है एक स्टेटमेंट जारी किया कि चाहे डिजिटल फॉर्म में हो, चाहे पीडीएफ फॉर्म में हो, चाहे फिजिकल फॉर्म में हो, किसी फॉर्म में कोई भी किताब अभी तक कोई छपी नहीं है और जो लोग इस तरह की किताबें ला रहे हैं उसके ऊपर जो है हम कार्रवाई करेंगे, एक्शन करेंगे और जो भी उनकी रेमेडीज है वो करेंगे। और इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर वही है, इस पार्लियामेंट के नियम कानून है। इस पार्लियामेंट में आप किसी भी मुद्दे को गुमराह नहीं कर सकते। कोई ऐसा पेपर आप ऑथेंटिकेट नहीं कर सकते जो कि जेन्युइन नहीं है। राहुल गांधी जी ने सारी पराकाष्ठा क्रॉस कर दी। जब पब्लिशर कह रहा है कि हमने बुक पब्लिश ही नहीं किया, तो कौन सा बुक आप पब्लिश करके भूख घूम रहे हो? फिर पार्लियामेंट में, लोकसभा के अंदर जो है आपने सदन को गुमराह किया।
It seems the book exists and yet it doesn't. Rahul Gandhi then has gone on to say, in fact, gone on to cite a December 2023 social media post by General Naravane to rebut Penguin's claim that the memoir has not yet been published. Speaking to reporters in the Parliament House complex, Rahul Gandhi read out the post made by the former Army Chief on X, which said, "Hello friends, my book is available now. Just follow the link. Happy reading. Jai Hind." Rahul Gandhi said he believes the word of the former Army Chief over the publisher, that's Penguin. And then he said that both cannot be telling the truth and that either General Naravane misled the public, which he said he does not believe so, or the publisher's claim is incorrect.
Here is a tweet from Mr. Naravane. ये देख लीजिए please.
Can you read, sir, please?
Manoj Naravane ji. It's a tweet that says, "Hello friends, my book is available now. Just follow the link. Happy reading. Jai Hind." This is a tweet that Mr. Naravane has made. You can look into the tweet. So the point I'm making is, either Mr. Naravane is lying, and I believe the Army Chief. Okay, I don't think he will lie. Or Penguin is lying. Somebody needs to, both cannot be telling the truth.
The Penguin Random House India came out and said that it holds exclusive publishing rights to 4 Stars of Destiny and clarified that no copies of the book, print or digital, have been released. No copies have been distributed, sold or made publicly available. Any versions currently circulating are unauthorized and amount to copyright infringement. Explaining the publishing process, the publisher said an unannounced book, in fact an announced book is or a pre-order listing and a published book are not the same. A book is considered published only when it is available for retail sale. Even a scheduled publication date does not mean a book has been published. Penguin Random House India has said in a statement on X, "We wish to make it clear that the book has not gone into publication." And now, General Naravane, in his first reaction post the controversy, has actually retweeted Penguin's social media post. Following reports of unauthorized circulation of the manuscript in digital and other formats, the Delhi police has gone ahead and registered an FIR and are investigating the alleged leak. The probe is focused on how the content entered circulation if the publisher's claim is correct. So where does this controversy stand? These are the established facts. General Naravane said in 2023 that his book was available now. Rahul Gandhi says he believes the author over the publisher. Penguin Random House India says the book has never been published. General Naravane has retweeted Penguin's post. Unauthorized versions are allegedly circulating. We've also seen Rahul Gandhi hold the hardcover of it. Police is investigating a possible leak. So the question is, was the memoir already accessible in 2023 as the author suggested? Was the book published without the Ministry of Defence permit? Was Rahul Gandhi speaking and quoting from the book a breach in the Parliament? I'm being joined at this point by Manish Bariyar, a spokesperson for BJP, Advocate Harshpreet Khadiyal, who's a spokesperson for Congress, as well as Major General Sudhakarji, who's a defense and strategic expert. Thank you very much, all three of you, for joining me. Well, let's start straight with you, Major General Sudhakarji. It's a very, very difficult, complex process to ensure that all the top army officials or anybody in the defense or in the army, air force, Navy, if they want their books published, they do need a sanction, a clearance from the Ministry of Defense. That being how it is, most of these books that have been for request with the government, according to records, have already been granted clearance, except this one particular book. So, according to you, how could Rahul Gandhi be holding that hard copy that we are seeing? How much of a puzzle is this for you?
Good evening, Shweta. Being an army man, I would exercise restraint in commenting on an issue which has gone political. My inner sense suggests that since it involves a very high office of the former chief of the army staff, and the fundamental issue being what is there in the book, not in the publication, I would recommend that people involved, the multiple stakeholders, they exercise some kind of restraint and close the issue, because for the larger good of the nation and the national security. Otherwise, this is what exactly our adversary is wanting to happen, create controversy out of nothing. If at all there is some mismatch in the communication, well, then it becomes a matter of investigation. Why should it be played up in such a way that the entire nation is debating on an issue which is linked to a very high office? And that too,
Absolutely.
that high office was deeply involved in orchestrating a kind of a conflict which has turned in our favor and also done a lot of good things for the nation building and the national security. This is all I have to say at the moment. Let the debate or the panel discussion unfold. If there is anything worthwhile, then I'll chip in and contribute.
Sure. Major General Sudhakarji, for our viewers to understand from an army perspective, for somebody like you who's also held a very high office and has got a lot of respect, including General Naravane and every other army officer who has served, defense personnel who has served. Would you be able to break it down for us? What kind of a clearance, what are the levels of clearance that a book needs before it goes to a publishing house? Would you be able to take us through that?
Oh, well, I'm a retired man. I don't have the latest policy on the subject. However, there was a policy letter which had come out a couple of years back. I think the Raw Chief had written a book. It was with regard to that book. The government of India had given out a regulation to state that any security personnel, particularly from intelligence agencies and those who are dealing with intelligence related to the safe upkeep of the national security, will have to go through the process of clearance and scrutiny. In that, they had highlighted, or it was underpinned, that the people in uniform, particularly all three services, whenever they write a book, they need not go through this process of. This was a kind of a flow out from that text. This is all I remember.
Right.
But at the same time, if you allow me one more line, please.
Sure, sir, please.
That if there is a book which actually is covering the operational details and which also relates to lots of ambiguities along the border, which is yet to be settled between two countries. The government retains the authority to give clearance. And if that be so, then the normal process which is supposed to be gone into or gone through is that the military intelligence carries out the vetting. Then it goes to multiple stakeholders within the ministry. Whoever is supposed to go through the operational details, they go through. There is an agency called as Military Operation Directorate under the DGMO, Director General of Military Operation. They retain the final authority to give clearance to books which contain the operational details.
Okay.
I can't reinforce my statement by saying General V.P. Malik, the former chief, also wrote a book about Kargil War. Whether his book went through similar process of
He did,
scrutiny,
he did.
I don't know.
I'm aware, sir. He did go through a similar process as well, sir. I think what you've explained is also extremely important for putting things in perspective. And I think that gives a very important insight as well. Manish Baryar, if I can just take it from where we've had Major General Sudhakar ji leave it as well. Manish Baryar, so what is this hard copy that Rahul Gandhi is really holding, and if we can have those visuals, because we actually have a hard copy. Of course, inside the parliament you had the printout. That you may say was not the book that was published, but there's a hard copy that Rahul Gandhi is actually holding. So where did that come about from?
Good evening to you and good evening to my co-panelists and all the viewers. That's something which is, Mr. Khadial has to answer, and it is illegal. Random House has also said that there is no published version of this. There is an FIR, and it's something which is very strange. But is it the first time Mr. Rahul Gandhi has done something like that? He has a fascination for books, and he used to carry Constitution of India for such a long period of time, and now he has this new thing which he has come up. But this time it is much more serious, and I think he will have to face the consequences for coming up with something which is unpublished.
The Constitution and quoting from General Naravane's books are two very different contexts. You really can't bring them together in the same platform.
Yeah, and today the tweet was very clear. It is an unpublished book, and it talks about pre-order. So where does this book come? I think I would like to know from Mr. Khadial, because it is illegal. You cannot
Advocate
Harshpreet
Khadial, do you want to respond to this? Because the big question that everybody is asking, if Penguin is saying that it is not out for publishing, and if we can have both the versions of this as well, if Penguin is saying that it was not out for publishing, where has Rahul Gandhi got this from?
Thank you for the question. First and foremost, the Bharatiya Janata Party, for the sake of politics, is casting aspersions on the former chief of army. This goes on to suggest that the Bharatiya Janata Party can go to any limits, and this is unforgivable, and the nation is condemning the Bharatiya Janata Party for this. And number two, first they questioned Colonel Qureshi, her credibility, and one of their senior leaders, one of their ministers, called her a sister of terrorists, and now they are questioning his credibility. They are questioning the former chief's statements on his official social media account. He categorically wrote it that the book is available now. Happy reading. Jai Hind. I want to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party. It's in black and white. It's not even in the grey. And instead of questioning it, instead of casting aspersions, you should have facilitated it. He is the former chief of army. He has served our nation. He has done so much for the country. And instead of criticizing him, instead of saying all these things, questioning his credibility, you should have facilitated it. And number two, I want to ask the Bharatiya Janata Party, you want to believe Penguin and not the former army chief? Is this what the Bharatiya Janata Party is all about?
You know, Harshpreet Khadial, it's interesting that you are saying that, because you have the former Army Chief General who has actually gone on to repost Penguin's latest claim as well. So it's not like just the 2023 post. You also have General Naravane who's gone on to repost Penguin's claim, which says that any of this in PDF format or hard copy is not for distribution, it's illegal, it's copyright infringement. So that's the other part of this as well. So if you're quoting Rahul Gandhi on one part, there's the other side that General Naravane himself has re-quoted the Penguin.
See, for me and for the
And that it's not public.
Understood. For me and for the Congress party, the choice here is very, very simple. It's very, very clear and should be the case for every single person, every single citizen of this country.
Which is?
We would rather believe the former army chief. We would rather believe what he has said than believe Penguin. The Bharatiya Janata Party.
Manish Bariyar, please come in, respond to Kharial.
What I say is, Sneha ji, he's, he doesn't make sense at all. Right.
Look who's talking. Look who's talking about sense.
He has tweeted random. The question which you are asking, he's not answering that. Or maybe he doesn't know, maybe he doesn't understand.
You called Colonel Qureshi a sister of terrorists. You should apologize for that. You should apologize for
Okay, Kharial, allow Bariyar to respond. Kharial, allow Bariyar to respond. He made a statement, you countered to that. Bariyar, please respond. Allow Bariyar to respond.
I will not
Kharial, allow Bariyar to respond. When he made that statement, you responded. I allowed you to respond.
Colonel Qureshi,
I allowed you to respond, Kharial. There's no point. There is no point of doing this. If you don't allow Bariyar to speak, there's no discussion going to happen. Bariyar, please speak.
What is that to
Kharial, please. Harshpreet Kharial, don't do this. Don't do this. You are not allowing a discussion to happen. Do not do this. Manish Bariyar, please go ahead.
It's not about the discussion. It's about
Manish Bariyar. Kharial, please stop this. Manish Bariyar, go ahead.
No, my point is very simple. See, it's a very dangerous precedent he has started. There were other generals, as our guest has said. They have written books. They have been cleared by the Ministry of Defense. There's an Army Act. There's in fact another official sensitive act. These are very, very crucial things. None of the serving chief or people who are in recently retired, they are not allowed to write anything which is detrimental to our national interest. And that too, it is cleared by Ministry of Defense, and that is what General Naravane has done. He has written another book. In fact, there is a book, Cantonment, which was a fiction, and there is no problem. It is already there in the public domain. So one has to differentiate between what a high office person writes, and it has to be cleared for national defense purpose.
I'm unfortunately completely out of time. I'm completely out of time. Each of you have put in your perspective. Sudhakarji, I would have actually liked coming to you for the last word, but I'm completely out of time. I think even the author himself, General Naravane, would not have thought that his book would have played out the way that it has. Unfortunately, it has. We'll all have to wait our turn to really get our hands on that book, to read it legally, in a legal way, because that's not got clearance, even though hard copies are out. I know your hands are up, but I'm really out of time. Please allow me to wind this debate up. Thank you very much, all three of you, for joining me. All right, Major General Sudhakarji, I can give you 10 seconds if you want to speak something. 10 seconds, because I do not have time.
I simply wanted to extend apologies for having taken your name wrongly.
That's okay, sir.
Shweta,
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Thank you.
My fault, and I was given in the mobile the name of the anchor.
No, thank you, sir. Appreciate your time and your understanding. Manish Bariyar, Harshpreet Kharial, as well as Major General Sudhakarji, thank you very much for your time.